a briny seat. Is that fear I smell?
Well, good night, everyone. Well, let me wait until I see some people jump in the chat. Some people are gonna jump in the chat.
Fine. I don't need more enemies.
I do not tolerate cowardice.
We do not tolerate cowardice. Good to know.
I want a turn.
And Ravi got his favorite champion today. So making me crazy on the ring guy. Oh, so I need to show which teams we have. Okay. Okay, so something happened with the game just now. Alright, so one person dropped out, so waiting on them to come back. Yeah, so it's same picks, same bands, and slick. Yeah. Tadam tadam. Thank you guys for the follow. Tudum tudum. Psych, thank you for joining. Kawen Yesu, thank you for joining. Thank you for the follow. Twitch TV, Psych, I guess, or is it Physic? I am bad at these names. Huh. Alright, one sec, guys.
Is that fear I smell? To the briny deep.
I do not tolerate cowardice.
Fine. I don't need more enemies.
Scream and thank you for the follow.
I say.
Alright, so we're doing same pick, same band. I see that Josh was
I want to turn.
their band, the Katarina. I guess the team got enough time to do some drafting or some scouting before. I guess the Let's See the Fled, which is Rappy's go-to baby. I don't know if they were able to check and see that this is what the baby is. They are confident that they have something as a counter.
Alternative.
I'll add a little something to try to make us all feel a little bit better.
Put all my lifetimes that have brightened your day.
He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got
There's some good music here for you guys. So we have a Nautilus.
Going.
And that's the final plan. That's targeted at. I probably need to get. Alright, let's get back on the map. So, we have a Yasuo, we have a Karki, and we have a Vayne. Is that a Vayne top? Yasuo is a Karki. I guess the next lock-in will determine what exactly is. Okay, so we have a modifier. Could be mid lane as well as the top. Our support. This is interesting. Alright. Let's see if they'll have any changes. No switch around. Valmenis767, thank you for joining. Getting some support from Dominica. Right. So we'll have a good 3 minutes to talk about this draft, talk about anything else, answer some questions if you guys want to ask me some questions. Old dog have flee. Ooh, this is nice. I don't know if you guys can see. Come on, zoom in. There we go. So this is official Jack. They're doing some social distancing. Yeah. This is lit. Some flame. Seed, please don't feed. Seed is going to feed. Hey guys, make sure you check on your friends, especially if they're in areas affected by COVID-19. was I going to say? Oh yeah. Wee. Okay.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. And we are live.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Let's go around again.
Working on something I forgot.
Minions have spawned.
Ada cards up what? Yes, what's up? Let me fix. So we have Vayne bot, that's the 4 and that. There we go. We have to be an aggressive as well. Let me also that. Yeah. Stop. Never underestimate it. That was a really good job. Not so sure about the Mordecai's support. You can see they will push out of lane. Like Kai's and Lulu. For that kill, we have to stop. Whoa, nice ladder. What was that? Probably could have continued for that. Get the kill, then. Support also. Nice, given the kill there. Nice job. Normally once you're low life, you should be. Because you're trying to catch some farm, you feel as if they're safely under your turret, but not against the doctor birds. There's mutual objective captured by low lives from Dominica. Actually didn't realize that the team from Dominica was actually leading in kills, leading in goals, and leading in objectives. Wow, that was a very good flash to follow up and finish off the kill. heads up play right there. I might have spoken too soon regarding the market. Easily. Get two for the nil. That was an epic outplay by the doctorate support. I know Ravi is farming this. Dismounted. Rengar has to ult and get away, get himself out of that. He wanted nothing with it. Stolen.
Turret plating will fall soon.
Alright, so let's check back in on things. I was trying to get some more persons to join the stream. So like I said, tonight we have a 5v5 stream. We have Dr. Birds from Jamaica, Low Lives from Jamaica, from Dominica versus Dr. Birds. And here comes Ravi and Kidney. Complete that kill. So what I do admire about Dr. Birds is that as soon as the laning game is over, they start to do which most teams don't seem to do. So they already took top tower, so Ravi is now roaming. Couple reasons. The top lane is already switched to the enemy tower, so there's not safe farming to be done. Even the builder are trying to. Doesn't really get through. Get away from Kaisa. I'm not sure, but when you're alone and you're scared, you survive. Then follow any follow-up. Diving around getting the kill on Dominica's ADC. So Dominica is in mutual objectives, but Dr. Bird leading in as well as turret kill. There's a lot nice also from Kaisa. Nice done by the things that we set up. Wow, from the cavalry. And now we have a 4v5 fight. Now let's get the from to stun Yasuo and try any follow up. First dragon attempt for Dr. Birds. So while dragon attempted, top lane so that they secure another referral. Dragon they're quadruple. Okay. That was a nice attempt by Ravi to one. Now, very default is there's no anything on the map other than the Rengar, and I mean, she could have pushed a little bit. Or not. this Warwick party. Night getting a bit closer. Finally getting some damage on the mid tower here. But backs off as Kaisa is coming to cover. Dominica is actually on Dragon Soul. How long does I guess I can't see. But the team got Baron and so damage on the first Baron. That controlling objectives. Guys, close by. Lift our the mid lane and they still have Baron for some time.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
So they get mid lane, bot lane, and also going to get some damage on as much as how the low lives from Dominica dominated early game, they got the early dragons, but that has not translated into any other wars or anything like that. So other than the two, like afterwards, like a flawless victory. Depending on how long the match goes. 25 minutes, they have 5 towers, 1 dragon, and 15 and boss. Guys are making life look up the character. Well, a flank, but stepping from Josh, main off afterwards, before we engage. Guys, top.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Ted is also pushing bot.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
No one really defending the mid inhibitor. And as soon as we rotate from one of those to the next, the other gets taken.
Blue.
Right?
A
So
summoner
wait,
has
what is
disconnected.
that?
What do you mean?
Hey, Mickey.
Hello.
How was that first match versus Low Lives from Dominica?
Not bad.
Wasn't bad.
Their early game wasn't that bad actually.
That's good. Was that because of how good they play, or was it because of something else?
I don't think it's not like, okay, so they didn't play badly, but I don't also think we weren't showing them enough respect at the start, else we wouldn't have given over like close to any kills.
Yeah.
But like the thing is, a lot of the times people forget that certain champions are like early game champions, so they're bound to do a lot. Like Warwick does a lot early game, so. But I mean, he'll eventually fall off, and unless it's like a really good Warwick, he's not gonna 1v9 the game because they have to know exactly what to do to finish out games very quickly when they're fed,
Exactly.
and it's just very hard for Warwick to carry when it's a Lulu as support
Yeah.
because like exhaust is the meta for supports now. So any type of bruiser that gets fed will have a hard time if the ADC and support aren't behind, because then you can just exhaust their damage and they won't kill through it. So
Understood.
and they also have a Mordekaiser support, which makes no sense.
Exactly. So I wasn't sure of what the comp was when I saw it initially. So I didn't know what to make of it. Um, but then when I saw that it was a Mordekaiser, I think they picked a lot of flex. I think if they really wanted to do well, they could have sent the Vayne top, the Corki mid, and have the Yasuo and Mordecai.
That's what we thought it was too. We actually
Yeah.
thought it was Yasuo ADC. It was not. But like overall, it just makes no sense. Like I know the thought process behind Mordekaiser support. A lot of people have thought it, but at the end of the day, you have like no gold, and you're just like a worse version of necessarily like Swain support. Like you don't do what Swain does in lane better, and then like you don't scale well without gold, because like you can't 1v1 anyone,
Yeah.
and you're never going to in a real game. Once team fighting starts, you'll never get to the one person who you can solo kill, which is me,
Exactly.
unless you flash on me. So like, and then even then, if you flash on me, like 9 times out of 10, like peeling supports, if they do it properly and they sidestep, I can sidestep all your abilities. I'll walk out of it. I won't die, and then you'll just die after. So like, it's just a really, it's like if they had that same comp, but instead it was the Yasuo ADC with like a Gragas support.
Yeah.
They probably could have done way more there. Or like even on Nautilus support with the point and click R.
Yeah.
Just anything that can easily set up Yasuo. Like if you're playing a Yasuo, I feel like you should at least set it up so like at least 1 or 2 knockups on the team are nice.
Definitely agree with you there. They were probably just feeling you guys out as much as how you were feeling them out.
I mean, it's also like disrespectful to leave up Ravi's Kled.
Exactly. I don't know if they got the time to do any draft or understand. What was that? Sorry, okay, there we go. I needed space on the spectator side, so I was trying to type in chat to tell them and then talk to you at the same time. And as you know, they say men can't multitask. But yeah, very good insight on the game. You show that you really have a lot of game knowledge, and you've been leading this team of guys for the past year and a half or so.
Around that.
Yeah. And the good thing is that Nexus Cup 2020 will be coming soon.
Great.
With increased prize pool. So last year we gave away $35,000. This year we're aiming for $50,000.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'll announce that later on between tomorrow and by the weekend. We're gonna try. Well, I'll bounce some ideas off you as it relates to the what you call it, the format. I was thinking of a round robin day one, then best of 3 for the top 4, single elimination the next day. Yeah, and see how that goes, and just finish everything in one weekend.
Not
What are
bad.
we talking about?
Yeah.
His next tournament he wants to hold.
Hmm?
The next tournament he wants to hold, really.
Ravi.
Just make sure it's not with Clash.
Oh,
On
it
the
don't
same day
clash
as
with
Clash.
Clash.
Yeah, but
Okay, I'll try.
honestly,
But go
yeah.
on.
No. Fine.
So I was
But
going to
this time
say
they. Oh,
Clash as
fuck.
much. You first. Let me give you the. Go ahead. You say. Let me hear what you're saying.
No, I was saying this Clash here kept at a different time than usual. Normally it happens at 9:30 or 8:30, or 8:30 actually,
Yeah.
because daylight savings. So yeah,
I saw that it started like 3 o'clock the other day.
yeah.
Did you play?
Started. No.
No.
Okay. I mean, the
I
thing
don't
is.
even wake up by that time. LOL.
What?
I
What?
don't even wake up by 3 o'clock.
How can you not wake up at that time?
I wake up at like 4:30.
Yeah. The thing is. Who is this? 5 messages were deleted by a moderator. Thanks for joining. got timeout. Useless SVG. Okay. Anyways.
Are you worried about information leak right now?
No, no, no.
Okay, just asking.
Oh yeah, I just announced that we're doing Nexus Cup soon. I'll announce the date. I also have a donation goal of 100 US. Hopefully somebody will give us some money. All of it will go towards a prize pool. So it's starting at 50,000 Jamaican dollar, and any donation I get will get added to that prize pool.
Oh,
What I
cool.
was saying though was that even if Clash is playing I know that most people would love to compete in it, but I mean, if you're competing in a tournament where you're getting some money, that
No,
could
the
probably
thing
have.
is, if it's a one weekend tourney, then you can avoid it clashing with Clash. No pun intended. But like, yeah, you can avoid it clashing with Clash. But if it's multiple weekends type of thing, then that's fine. You just keep that. You can't do anything against that.
Okay. It will be a Saturday Sunday, so 2-day tournament.
Okay.
Is that okay in your
Yeah.
mind?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I'm looking for persons to help with the shoutcasting. So if you guys know anybody who can help get the
Um,
stream,
I know one person, but he's playing. He would be playing, so
well, not right
uh,
now. Oh, you mean he'll be playing in Clash?
as in not Clash. I mean, he
The tournament,
plays.
I mean.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. What am
I
I
have
saying?
someone here that says he wants a shoutcast.
Where?
Cool.
In your stream or?
Yeah, his name is Connor.
Yeah,
Connor wants a showcast.
Yeah,
Honestly, I would love to hear
yeah,
Connor
tell him
showcast.
to join
I
the
wouldn't.
Discord and
Like
also
100% just pure entertainment.
How is this guy
From
entertainment?
I want to see Connor and Brains shoutcast together.
What? That's abomination.
are
Connor is honestly just
guys,
100% game knowledge
are you
reincarnated.
recommending these guys or are you trolling?
I'm trolling.
Not gonna lie. Connor and Brain spectate my games and they commentate and they're really funny. I don't know
All
if it's
right,
necessarily.
let's hit them up. Let me make it. Can I send him an invite?
Yeah, man, you can have them join the Discord
I
um
send him it.
and join the Twitch channel as follow the Twitch channel as well. I am the Yaso. I was talking about the game, but you have Streamlabs set to no long message. So okay,
All right, Brains is
who is
here.
that?
What's this?
Waiting on Connor.
Yeah, what's this?
Oh, they want you to
Brains.
shoutcast.
This is Dexton.
They want me to showcase.
I want you and Connor to shoutcast. I was just saying it's complete quality, both of you.
That's crazy.
Is that crazy true or crazy crazy?
Yo, let's get it.
Yes.
Alright, what's your league name so I'll invite you to the lobby?
Connor 7-1. Whoops. I
Sure,
think
why are you so toxic, bro? Why are you so toxic?
it's
Alright,
Connor actually.
Ravi, just send them the.
What?
I'll send you the. What am I saying? I'll send you something and you send it to them. I'll send it to.
Sure.
Alright, Mickey. I don't know.
Mickey left.
Mickey
Oh,
left.
alright. I'll send it to her via league chat. How does she
Right.
pronounce her
Michael.
Michael?
The
Okay.
multi-man workstation.
I was having problems figuring out what is happening over here.
Yeah, man, just use the IQ, man. Work out real good. Say what I'm hearing. Showcasing.
Yeah, we're gonna have a shortcast, but I needed to join the lobby.
So wait, these
Okay.
guys are from Trinidad now, right?
Yeah.
All right, let me change my title.
Mother cunt. I can't hear anything else.
Ooh, I spelled it in one go. All right, nice.
Alright, let me check out your stream, see what you have up there.
Nothing. It's just hi, Scrims versus Trinidad.
Okay.
Trinity. Wait, this is not spelled correctly.
Yeah, it's not spelled correctly.
Man, I don't even know. Wait, is it? It is. What? That's how you spell Trinidad? Oh, now that I say it.
Revy, please.
Trinidadian, stop playing, played me in climbing back to challenge. Okay.
I invited. Can you join? Both of you can join?
Both of them are, well, okay. Yeah, both of them can join. We have enough space on the
Oh yeah.
spectator bench.
You guys
Where
are
is
gonna
Brains?
shotcast.
I don't know.
Yeah, where am I?
I don't have you added on League.
Oh,
let me add you instead. Your name's easier to spell.
let me put your stream title in my.
My
I mean, your
name
stream
my
in
name
my
is
title.
pronounced Moiko, by the way.
I know.
Connor, it says
I
you're
told
already
you.
friends.
No, he's asking how I pronounce my name. Dex.
Yeah, what happened?
Told him
yeah,
it's
Dex.
Moiko.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, I saw you in some customs and added you.
Okay, okay.
What's your name, Brains?
Alcapiche. Can I invite him?
His name is
Anyone
Brains.
can invite him.
I am the silver gatekeeper.
Exactly.
His name is Brains. Like,
Alright, so
You guys
you
switch
made a mistake, Mickey.
Yeah. What?
Oh yeah, no, it's fine.
You're in spectate, so now he's stuck in the.
No, there's 4 spectates. He has to move down.
What?
Wait, hold on, hold on. Oh,
yeah.
no,
Go
man.
click
It says
spectate.
through the four, Connor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Big dirty button said spectate.
Okay.
I am
Boom.
Vax. What link do
Alright.
you want, Vax? Oh, that's in your stream. Wait, no, that's my stream. Is it linked to
Confucius.
the donation? Alright guys, so I was saying to, well, Mickey, you guys can start the game when they're ready. Well, they are saying they're ready.
Right.
Yeah,
Alright, guys. Peace.
Alright, cool.
Whose
Good
stream
luck.
am I viewing it in?
Just
You
do
go.
it from League Spectate. It will
Yeah,
take
no,
you
I
in the
know,
game.
but you said something about someone's stream.
Oh no, I am Vax asked to send link. I was asking him which link he was asking about.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All is understood. All is understood.
Alright, cool.
Alright, Brain, so I'll be the hype dude and you'll be the analytic. I want to do the other way around.
That's how it usually works.
Oh,
Which one will we analyze? The Brains?
Just work off the energy, bro.
Off the energy.
Right,
Oh,
we have some pros, guys. So I'm going to shut my mouth and leave it up to the pros.
Alright.
So I don't know about pros, but we'll be here trying to cover as much of the game as we can. Myself, Connor, with Alcapiche.
Alcapiche. Yeah, let's go through. Let's see what Ravy comes through with this one.
Let's see what the Jamaican team wants to target on the Trinidadian team first. They take out the Fizz.
Yeah, that seems like a target against whatever mid laner they have. The young Zakban coming through though. Don't know what that's all about.
Yeah, as someone
as I'm concerned, we don't have a jungler, but you know.
Yeah, I've seen some of the Jamaicans games and I've never seen them have any tough priority on Zach, so that's a weird one coming out.
I return to my training.
Alright, so the scene one coming out. To be quite honest with you, I haven't seen the Trinidadians team before, so you know it's gonna be quite interesting to see what they come through.
Yeah, it's also very surprising that they didn't use their first ban on the Rivis Kled, since most teams that they tend to scrim against target the challenger player. Oh, but they did take out Josh's Katarina.
They don't respect Ravi enough. Interesting. Very interesting.
They might have a plan, you never know. Maybe they have a player who is very confident in his Fiora. And there it is.
Oh, there we go. Sound of the commentary, in what way? Let me go ahead and fix that.
That might be the issue.
I mean, it is. So that's probably the
Just
case.
turn us down. Just turn us down on Discord and tune us to how your chat feels comfortable with
As
it.
far as I'm concerned, you guys have the control over the stream. So yeah, more power to you guys. Yes, so we have the Senna coming out. The Senna Israel battling. Okay.
Yeah, and we did indeed see the Kled ban. So they did have 2 target bans against the mid laner. Josh is a known Katarina one trick, with Kled being with Rivi being a Kled one trick who's gone to challenge her with it.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, it's pretty much open mid at this point because really not seeing much to come out of the Yasuo mid, which is what I'm assuming is going to pick her. It could prove me wrong though. Could prove me wrong.
And we also have that Lux first pick, which we know it could be a flex pick. We know Moko likes to play it support, but I'm pretty sure that's where it's going. I've never seen Josh play it mid before.
Yeah.
So it is probably the Caitlyn Lux bot lane that should be pretty oppressive, even into the Senna Israel combo.
Yes. So if they pick this TF, that's going to be a total of 3 globals that they have to work around. So it's a lot of flexibility on their side, but squishes do play squishy roles.
Yeah, but TF isn't known for his early game damage as much as like Hoviles they might be able to counter pick with. So even though they have those 3 globals, it just leads down to them trying to extend the game to a point where their macro actually makes that much of a difference.
True. I get you with that. Honestly,
Maybe
I feel like it's just trolls at this point, or they might just not know what the comp is like. So
I feel like it's
trying
just
to get into the late game.
Yeah, he doesn't want to have the TF into Cassidin without any real way to close out the game, leaving up something like the Cassidin. He probably just doesn't feel too comfortable with something like that.
You can't cage me for long.
Okay, so it looks like they also do watch a lot of Rafi stream, and you know that the pocket pick Silas is gonna come out.
I mean, I would leave that one open. I've seen him play it, and he generally ins a lot on that champion.
Okay.
And then Shen, they really are going all in on the macro gameplay.
Yeah, man, that's 4 globals, total of 4 globals.
Yeah, and Shen isn't a champ that has to particularly stomp lane, so they're probably playing into that as well, leaving him up as more of a helped team type champion.
Okay, we see that giving Josh the Z.
Putting him on an assassin. Alright, let's see. Get him off the cat, put him on something else that can burst down ADCs, especially with a squishy mid laner. Let's see how he plays into that TF.
Yeah.
Training. I just got back to
I have to take this call real quick. Hold on.
and then they rounded it out with Mordecai's at top, so it was indeed a Lux support. The AP Mord and the Lux being their primary damage, with a lot of lockdown potential on some of these squishes. In a way, even taking the Shen out of the fights in most cases if you can burst them down inside the ult.
Right, so they have to be careful with this last. That seems a bit odd.
So they have gone all in terms of globals on their team. So they have the Senna for shielding, the Ezreal for some long range damage, the TF for vision and long range travel, the Nocturne for vision denial in team fights, plus the long range travel, and the Shen as well for major shielding and again long range travel. So let's see how this game turns out. Let's see how they play, especially the mid game once it's filtering down from the end of the laning phase. Let's see how they can use all these tools to their advantage.
Yeah, so it look like an interesting game, very interesting.
They seem to, as far as this looks to me, this comp doesn't do as well into the team fight. They don't have as much peel potential. Yes, they should be able to keep the Ezreal alive with a Shen ult, with Senna healing and Senna ult for the shielding as well. But if a Zed manages to dive on it, should be pretty bad. They still have the Ramos. The Jamaican team has the Ramos and the Mordekaiser to assist peeling for the Caitlyn a little bit, plus her extended range. So they should be doing pretty well in these team fights.
Yeah, I see a lot of the peel coming out on either the TF and the Shen, but if Mordekaiser can take either of them out of the equation, pretty much game for them in terms of the team fight.
Yeah, this Nocturne shouldn't be allowed to do too much in team fights if Mordekaiser does what he intends to. And then we have the Ramos and Zed both diving while Caitlyn and Lux are able to be long-range threats. This should end up being interesting. They probably want to avoid team fights. The Trinidadian team probably wants to avoid 5v5s if they can and just use their long-range, all their long-range skills for their map control.
Sure.
But who knows if they can pull it off right? If they can pull off the Nocturne into Shen ult with a Senna Ezreal ult following up, they should be able to burst the Caitlyn even with as much as they have right now. So we'll see how that turns out. Should be seeing a QSS on the Ezreal. Might see one on the Senna. For this to avoid getting burst down in every team fight by this Mordekaiser. But then there's no real answers for the Zed.
Wait, quick question, Dex. Do you have any experience with how the Trinidadian team usually play? Any comments on that? Yeah, I'm aware of that. I'm aware. Okay. Mhm.
That sounds interesting. That way we actually get to see some of the teams before they actually start the knockout phase. That sounds like a good idea. So here we are loading in. So let's see how this game actually turns out. Let's see if the heavily macro influenced team is able to pull off what they're planning. Feel like if they can just survive the laning phase and be fairly well off to mid game, not give up too much. That's what they would want. Considering how passive most of their lanes look, in terms of even though you have the TF to defend himself with a gold card, it'll still be hard to counteract Z ult. And Senna should be able to keep Ezreal fairly healthy in the bot lane.
Alright, here we go.
Standard pickups in all the teams. Right side going for all your Doran's equivalents with their pots. As Zed going for the longsword with 3 pots. A little bit of health sustain into the long range lane.
30 seconds until minions
Doesn't think the healing.
Pressure in the top river.
If light travels so fast.
Yeah, he's just planting, giving his team some vision. Make sure that Nocturne can't just walk up and get free vision into his jungle.
How come it's never caught a ninja?
Pretty good. As I'd expect from an ex-challenger player.
You're already dead. You just haven't caught up yet.
Minions have spawned.
You.
Yeah, no team was able to step up and get any unnecessary vision because it wasn't a 5-point per se, but everyone went to their respective openings to make sure no one could just sneak in.
Yeah, it's very secure, very safe, you know?
Are you not intrigued?
Ramos with the standard red side, red buff start. Nocturne with the standard blue buff start.
Everything's pretty textbook so far.
Yeah, let's just see how it ends, how it unfolds in the next couple minutes.
So you have a real Chad taking free poke from the side. I'm not quite too sure about that.
I mean, he'll heal up that little bit of damage on Doran's blade. It's not too bad.
So it's hope that he doesn't make that become a norm for the main event.
We'll get a good chunk onto the center, not too bad.
Good poke right there.
Also onto the Ezreal. Lux is also posting up.
Not sure if the Shen knows, but if he continues taking trades like that, it's not gonna last too long. And again, we didn't know that this is level 1 abuse. Possibly if the Nocturne comes up here, we'll get an early lead.
Yeah, the Mordekaiser is pushed up fairly far. Nocturne is taking his red buff, so if he did go straight to top lane right now and get a good gank off, it would probably result in a dead Mordekaiser, but he seems to just be doing a full clear on his jungle. Trying to get that level 6.
Kind of mistake his champ for she's not quite
I mean, their plan, if their plan is what I think it is, they're just trying to survive into the mid lane. Even though the Caitlyn just got some nice damage onto the Ezreal, he's really low right now. Senna is trying to heal him up, provide some sustain.
I've just done some decent damage. Not really giving this Nocturne much options right about now.
I mean, there are some lanes that are pretty far pushed up. There's no actual vision that can spot him out in this river while he's taking the Scuttle Crab. So he could go down to bot lane right now. Get a good gank off.
There's some jungle presence in the mid lane there by Amos. Sometimes you know,
he does spot out the Ramos
lane. Amateur laners don't really take into consideration that the fact that even though the jungle shows in leading, that's not true at all. So that's pretty good on Amos there.
Ramos goes for the invade. Ezreal is the first one through rotation though. This looks kind of bad for also get hit by the roof. The Trinidadian team didn't feel too comfortable going too far in for that Ramos though. Didn't think he would do it. We still have the Shen getting pushed in and bullied in the top lane. With his jungler showing bot side, there's no reason for the Mordekaiser to stand off right now.
So we have the PMT on away from other reason. You know. I don't know why he did it, but you know, as far as we're concerned, we understand the lines. Quite too sure about it.
No, both junglers just back to farming. Lane's just going ahead. The blue side is still pushing in all waves. All lanes.
I see just a certain dominance in the mid lane. You know, nothing less expected from him in our cat lane, all his peanuts, but oppression.
I mean, honestly, I didn't expect the Z to be this much CS up, 10 CS up on the TH.
The shot missing that E on the center. Probably some big damage there.
Also a 20 CS lead in the bot lane and a 10 CS lead in top lane, basically 15. Blue side is doing well to use their stronger lanes to get some advantages where they can. Still pushing in this Ezreal. He can't just freely farm into this camp right now. Oh, and Ken is forced to off the bot side, and it is cancelled by the Mordekaiser. But it still provided a big enough shield to save the Senna, but he still ends up dying, going down. And now TF comes bot side.
You hate to see it, and you hate to see it.
And the ignite onto the Lux. Doesn't get the kill. Kaelin goes in far to try to get that kill on the TF, but doesn't get it. Zed is coming around though. Scores that kill onto the ADC. Ended up being a 2 for 0 on the bot side. That was a pretty good scrum. It's a good roam coming down from the Zed, choosing to match the TF even though it had a global down.
All around the Jamaican team seems to be putting on that real pressure for them right now. They're gonna have to pick up on this later, you know, make use of those globals later down into the game.
Yeah, but the Trinidadian team seems to be still trying to make plays, even though we know their team isn't as strong in this phase of the game. And oh, Josh goes in pretty hard, flashes for the kill but doesn't get it, just a little bit needed. Didn't want to use Ignite.
Kind of wishing that Zed had a Shunpo at that point, but no, gonna get that one.
And Shen chooses to TP back to lane. Doesn't want the CS discrepancy to get any larger than it already is. Chooses to fight the Mordekaiser. Didn't seem like a good idea. Gets shrunk down to half after just TPing back. Riv is still having his TP up.
He ate the E there. I was quite skeptical on that one. You know, if at any time to dodge out on some free damage, that would have been the time, but you know.
And now Ramos' bot side. Oh, that was pretty close. The ult leaving Senna with about 12 HP left.
Sweating bullets in the bot lane is what's happening right now for the Trinidadian team.
Oh, and Shen flashes on the toe to get the kill on Mordekaiser while we're looking at
Oh, might have misspoken.
down bot lane.
Shen with the big bane praise here, picking off the kill on Rivi.
Now he gets the push in. Rivi has TP to get back, so he shouldn't lose too much CS.
Still unfortunate though.
Once again, Zed gets a push in. Let's see if he's roam or take his recall right here. And he's going back, getting the item, seeing if he can probably get a kill now that his ult just came back up. Jamaican team is playing very respectful of the fact that Nocturne hit 6 and they don't have vision on him.
Yeah, it's really wise of them to do that.
TF using this chance, this lull, this pushing that he just got to clear some wards, clear up his path to bot lane so he can get that free ult off.
If at any point in time, this is the time where the Trinidadian team want to exercise the fact that they've went for globals, you know, having TF roam more than usual.
Yeah, having all their globals up. Nocturne choosing to ult bot side, he goes on the Caitlyn. All the globals go out, they do get the kill. The fear goes off, Caitlyn had nowhere to go.
This is what I think they were going for in Champ Select, you know, just making use of those globals as much as possible. Trying to see wherever they can get fixed and then possibly get through the game. Needless to say though, they've left Ravi in the top lane to, you know, fend for himself, but this basically gives them drag right here.
Yeah, they do get a drag priority. Ramos is roaming in, but they do land all the CS on top of him. Burst him down before he's able to do anything. Zed goes in with the ult onto Nocturne, gets the kill. Can he get out? And no, Shen goes back to the throne, gets the kill. Doesn't allow him to escape like that. And the Trinidadian team get to pick up the first Drake of the game.
Not looking too good for the Jamaican team right here, but there is time. There is time. Let's see how this goes out.
Yeah, having that man advantage through the Shen out was really helpful in that fight. He made good impact getting that taunt off onto the Ramos and then getting the kill onto the Zed as well, so he couldn't just walk out after getting that kill on the jungler.
It's back to farming simulator here for the junglers.
So Was good that they got all that off, but Mordekaiser was able to get basically 4 tower plates on this first tower right here at 11 minutes.
Very good for that. But let's see how the team fights goes.
And he gets a recall.
Right now the Trinidadian team are gonna exercise that lead that they have right now. Jamaican team can't really do much about that.
They should still, even if they get a little bit behind, they should still be able to win team fights if played correctly. As long as they can avoid getting out-rotated and outmanned in these team fights. And the Z comes in, also the center goes in, he gets the kill.
Yeah, that's really big. It's really big for the Jamaican team right there.
Yeah, that was a nice room out of the Z. The Trinidadian team was able to start pushing in with all of the assists that they've been able to pick up. So relieving some of the pressure on the bot lane really helped. Oh, nice fighting from the Jamaican team, landing that bind onto the Ezreal and basically pushing him out of lane. A Nocturne ults but loses vision, isn't able to do anything. Oh! Caitlyn Q! And the binding lands on the Nocturne, isn't able to follow up.
Yeah, that was a nice fade away from the Caitlyn right there.
And the yellow card lands on the Z, but he's able to just shake it off and get the kill on the Nocturne. And while that's happening, Mordekaiser 1v1s the Shen topside. Just walks under his tower and beats him. Clubs him to death.
This was a dream that Ravy wanted all along, you know. Classic outplay. They don't have to focus a lot of attention top, you know.
Yeah, if they keep on leaving Mordekaiser by himself to just free farm, he's already up 40 CS and he's gotten the solo kill, shutdown goal on the Shen. And he's about to get first blood tower. This Mordekaiser is going to end up being really big in these team fights.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Yeah, there's little room for mistakes coming out of Ravy, especially at this position that he's in right now.
And they drop Shelly mid lane, get that charge off.
It's a really big silly drop right there. Not much that TF can do.
And Zed goes in for the TF, but the stopwatch.
The young stopwatch coming out.
Ult off cooldown, says the Lux. Lands up 2-man bind and ults, both the support and ADC. Gets a nice bit of damage down, but her ADC is going back.
Yeah. I almost forgot about this. Just looking into late game, that's going to be a 12 to 15 second cooldown on the Lux. That's going to be really annoying for the Trinidadian team.
Yeah, they have a lot of things to worry about coming out of the Jamaican team. We talked about the globals and the Trinidadian team who have a Caitlyn with that long range ult, a high speed Ramos, and that Lux ult that can do a lot of damage.
Yeah, Josh got jumped in the mid lane right there. There's not much that he could do right there.
Yeah, both teams seem to be having some nice ganks going off, even though they've been laying down a lot of vision, especially in that bot side river.
Yeah,
they've been able to slip past it. Some nice damage onto the Lux.
Yeah, that's some good poke right there from the Trinidadian team backside. Oh. Blow for blow. Trading with the Senna and the Caitlyn in the bottom. So how do you recommend Shen plays this now, given the fact that he doesn't have a tower? Seems as if Connor is going through some technical difficulties right now. 1 joule too many.
My apologies. But, so the Shen, his goal should have never been to oh, and Caitlyn gets caught in that center bind. Nocturne goes straight in, lands a spear, but he doesn't have any follow-up. His team had to turn around for the Zed. Oh, nice Lux out coming out. Jamaican team was able to turn it around. The Zed saw what was happening and made that early roam down to bot lane.
And this is a guys that the Jamaican team takes all day. Beautiful stuff coming out.
So they have all those extra globals. If the enemy team is able to pass it around the lane that they know you've been attacking all game, it doesn't amount to much. Zed was there to assist. Mordekaiser had his TP up, was able to come in just in time. It looked like it was going to be a really good gank coming out from that Nocturne, but the Jamaican team was able to counteract it.
Yeah. Some synapse plays
Pick up
happening
the
here.
second shot of the game.
We do have the mountain coming out right here, changing the map for the better. You
Yeah,
say that the
more coming up. That's going to be really big
in whose favor.
if that Mordekaiser gets that Mountain Drake. This game is as good as over. They don't really have any real tank threats on the enemy team.
Yeah, that's what we've been talking about in Champ Select, where you know we have all these squishies, but not much to go around that. As I said, you know, Shin has peel to some degree, but he can't peel the entire team. So that's what they have to work around for now.
Zed is able to just get onto the Ezreal, leaves his mark and gets out. Picks up a kill even though the support was there. They are unable to stop this Zed from just getting onto their squishes. We also haven't pointed out the fact that their team is basically 8 gold ahead, with Mordekaiser being the bulk of that, being able to just free farm and get that tower. And he's also 2 levels up on his lane counterpart just from playing the lane well.
Yeah, Ravy is really exercising his civic duty here in the top lane.
Yeah, taking jungle farm, maximizing the gold he gains off the map. Oh, and they get the chunk onto the kill onto Senna. That was a lot of damage coming out of that Caitlyn out right there.
Yeah, Senna is really saying Pepe hands right now with that one.
Once again, the ult off cooldown from the Lux.
Tell you, man, you're gonna see a lot of those coming out this game.
Yeah, right now it's on a 50-second cooldown with just the first ranking. And they get the dive off on the TF. Lux is low. Oh, Lux flashes. The respect flash. The respect flash doesn't want to die to the Ascend that was coming up. And they're just cleaning up the team right now. Zed just walks up and gets the kill onto the Nocturne. He uses ult for it, but now they have 5 man up, 5 people pushed up to that tower with a long range Caitlyn up against only 3. Still able to without their Lux.
We have Josh here with the LL Stylish cosplay, missing double shuriken. We're not gonna look at that too hard.
Taking the enemy jungler while they rotate to the bot side. Might be trying to take this tower, but everyone on the Trinidadian team is up, so we don't know if they really want to go for this. Caitlyn is just recalling. Sees the Shen, gives the Zed the cue that he should leave. And TF ult's coming out. Zed has been cornered. He has nowhere to go. His ult is up. He uses it on the Ezra. Oh, he goes back in with the juke, the fade out. And the triumph, is it enough? The triumph and the heat keep him alive.
Yeah. The Trinidad team really is dumping a lot of resources just to stay alive at this point. I wonder if they're gonna fare well in these next couple team fights. It really doesn't seem like it.
I mean, if they can keep getting picks and keeping people off the map, that's all they need to do for right now. Get themselves back into the game. They're too far behind to be picking actual team fights. Having to give up his blue buff, Nocturne doesn't feel too good about that one. He's already a level down. Already a couple CS down on the runner.
Okay, that's a cheeky Shane trying to escape right there, but it doesn't pull through.
Yeah, and TF seems to have overstayed a little. Oh, he would have definitely died if that Caitlyn ult hit. They were trying to get a pick off staying in that brush, but they overstayed. They didn't realize there was 3 whole people waiting for them. And he does. Lux out off cooldown, gets him low enough for the Caitlyn auto on top.
Right there.
And now they're just able to free auto on the bot tower. Ezreal is recalling, but even if he gets here, we don't know if he'll be able to stop them from taking this inhibitor.
Yeah,
And
but
with Zed
Ramos here
passing
is
around
zoning
the
them
mid
off
lane
the
towards,
inhibitor.
yeah, with Zed here passing the mid lane, there's no real way for them to stop both the bot lane and mid lane push. They stop the mid lane push, but the bot lane inhibitor goes down.
Yeah, it really
Shen
seems
comes
like
in and the Mordekaiser has to flash out. I don't know if he has to, but he chooses to flash out. TF using his ult, trying to scare someone, but no one is perturbed. Nocturne ults onto the Caitlyn, gets his fleet off. Is able to pick up the kills, gets that 700 gold shutdown. Ramos is forced to flash out. Mordekaiser ults the Nocturne, picks up the kill, but he's left almost on his own with just Zed assisting. Zed has to leave. And he's able to pick up that kill on the Shen. Even in a 1v3 situation by himself with his team leaving, he's able to stay in the fight, sustain enough to pick up that one last kill. This is not looking too good for the Trinidadian team right now.
Yeah, it really seems like it's in the Jamaican team's bag right now. They really don't have much to worry about. As I said before, time and time again, the Trinidadian team really is dumping a lot just to stay on the map.
Yeah, I think they're feeling a little bit desperate at this point, going after these kills after losing your inhibitor like that. Having only one tower left in your mid lane to protect your mid inhib, they feel like they have to do something, but it doesn't look like they know what. They have all these globals, but with all the map pressure that they've been under, they don't have anything they can really do on the map. Now they're giving up the first mountain drake of the game.
Yeah, it's gonna be even harder now to kill this Caitlyn given the fact that, you know, extra resistances do go a long way.
Speaking about the Caitlyn, they also have a Ramos and a Mordekaiser. Ramos is going to be really good with these mountain drakes into this auto attack heavy team. Now they're clearing up vision around the Baron. This might be the next thing that they have in their sights. And they just started. Seeing how the bot lane is pushing in, and it takes both Ezreal and Senna to push it out since they don't have the consistent magic damage. They just go for it. TF does ult, sees what's going on. Nocturne early ults in. It's just him. His team isn't here. He dies. He was trying to make a hero play, but his team wasn't there. He had no business ulting into that Dragon Pit.
When they play here, sometimes you just come up zero, and that's exactly what just happened with that one right there.
Yeah, they pick up that extra kill onto the free Baron Pit that they had. And now they just walk into the base. They have Mordekaiser splitting top. Zed had to recall, but it's 3-man pushing mid.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure right now if Josh had the ability, he'd play the box right now, walking these minions into base.
Yeah, he's heading toward that bot side, splitting out the map a little bit. They aren't able to answer all of this. They'd have to send too many people top side to stop the Mordekaiser, so they just have to put some band-aids on the mid and bot wave, push out some waves for a little bit. And the Jamaican team is just able to walk up to that tower and auto it. No one's able to just go in right here and stop it.
Oh, we have Shen here stepping on traps for no reason. And that's a taunt away from the Shen.
And yeah, they're trying to stop it, but they're too far behind at this point.
They're dropping like flies right now.
Yeah, they don't have the damage to stop this Ramos. This Ramos just walks.
It really is hard to tell minions apart from champions at this point.
Yeah, this looks like the end of the game right here.
Yeah,
nothing they can do. Burned up minions, 5 people alive. Only the Ezreal left. And Zed goes in to try to get that last kill. Sadly, he fails.
Take their hands for that, man. Just like that,
the Jamaican
team just take it.
Dominant in this game. They were able to just... They had a couple shaky moments in the early game, but they were able to just come back in, sit down, go around the table, decide that they just have to rush the enemy team and they won't have anything to do about. They won't be able to do anything about it, and it works.
Yeah, I think they did realize in that early before that Dragon play that, you know, they'd really be coasting around the fact that, you know, it's a global heavy team. So they just made sure to exercise the lanes, make sure that there's equal pressure across all the boards, so you don't have that point where they can just dump everything. Say for instance in bot lane.
Yeah, they did have some CC on the Trinidadian team, but they weren't able to utilize it in team fights. Like with the Mordekais and the Ramos walking up, they weren't able to save their stuns for the Zed that was diving in, or even get a taunt onto the Caitlyn that was always so far away. with her net for escape as well. It was just. It seems like there was just a mistake made in the drafting in this game. Like they weren't able to contest team fights in any way with this kind of draft.
Yeah, I think they were centered around the fact that, you know, broken champs are broken champs. So get rid of those and then they should be good. Jamaican team seems to have a very versatile roster to pick from.
I mean, it was a good Kled ban, but what next? You ban the Kled, but you pick Shen. So you're not trying to win lane. And then you give the Mordekaiser too much time to pick up free goal in the top lane by himself. He was too big. Look at that. He ended the game with 16 kills. He got first off a free, and he was like 40 CS up within the first 16 minutes of the game.
Yeah, they're all around outclass in this one. Hard sad to say.
Yeah, they tried something new, but it just didn't work out this time. They were too heavily invested into the
So that's how you feel about that match. Yeah, thank you for that, man. Thank you.
If I had money, I'd just spend it like that. But all in all, I don't think I don't know if the guys from Trinidad were taking it serious enough, or if the Jamaican team is just that far ahead. But I will try to get more scrims going, more competition, to hopefully get each team to build, see where they're going wrong. Probably take some pointers from the Jamaican team, or even reach out to them and speak with them and see, if there's some pointers that they can share. Looking at the damage graph now, I don't know if you guys are still there. It shows that Caitlyn did a whopping 18,500 damage, followed by the Z dishing out 15,000 damage.
There's some big damage coming out there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a lot of action happening in the bot lane.
Yeah, they were the lane that everything was focused on.
The other thing too is that the support on Jamaica's team did more damage than any member of the team on Trinidad.
As we'll tell you.
Yeah, so that
that is to be expected from the looks.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, that's it for tonight. I'll see if I can arrange another scrims probably for Thursday night. But I will also be hosting a 1v1 tournament this weekend. I'll post that up tomorrow. If you guys are available, we could try doing the commentary once more. Or if you want to play, then you can register and play.
That sounds good.
Okay.
Yep.
Brains, you can send me a ad request on what's this thing? League of Legends. I'm actually going to
don't worry. Small in the company.
Yeah.
Small in the
I'm gonna see if I can get in a one rank game. I won't stream though, cause my gameplay is crap. Yeah.
Bro, that's how you get better from.
Yeah. But thanks guys. Thank you guys again for helping out with the stream, and
thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us, bro.
Yeah, man. Mickey gave you guys good recommendation. Ravi thought that she was trolling, but based on what I've heard so far, you guys are pretty good with this thing. So looking forward to working with you on the next one.
Respect.
We'll see you around. Thank you to everyone who joined the stream. We'll be hosting another scrims probably Thursday night.